Welcome to Element Pods, where we start the conversation of how God is moving in your life.
Element Podcast. You are joining Parker and Josh today, and we are glad that you're here because we love talking to you guys about life. Today, we are talking about something that I guarantee has been gone through all of our heads. Parker, where are we at?
We're talking about doubt today. And I think one of the problems when we approach the topic of doubt is, especially when you're new to faith or when you haven't really had enough dialogue about faith to really know where you stand, and you have these doubts. I mean, we're trying to comprehend when we worship Jesus, we are trying to comprehend a God that created the universe, knows us individually, is so powerful that he can create a universe, but is so personal that he knows every thought and every heartbreak and every joy of our lives. And so within all of that, it is so beyond our human brain's capacity that there are these moments of doubt. And it depends on, here's my biggest question for today's podcast is that, what are you going to do with your doubt? Because it's not whether or not you are going to doubt. What are you going to do with that doubt? And for me personally, my doubt actually pushed me forward in my faith, because I wasn't just content with being doubtful, but at the same time, my doubt needed to be brought into the light so that my faith could grow. And here's where I see this. So like, let's say you are trying to comprehend all the things that are shared on a Wednesday night sermon, and you have some doubts about that. That is only an opportunity to grow. That's only an opportunity to have a conversation.
So what are some mistakes that we can make with our doubt, Parker? We talked about how you talked about it was an opportunity to grow. Yeah. Let's just talk super briefly about what are some mistakes that we might make as students or adults with our doubts.
I think a mistake is that we know everything.
Okay.
If we have a doubt or something doesn't make sense to us and we allow that to be the end of the train, like if I don't understand it, must not be true. But that's not true. That's not true about a lot of things. I don't understand how my hand heals itself after I cut.
Oh, you don't understand how that happens under a Band-Aid?
But it just doesn't.
Oh,
right?
It's the Band-Aid.
But if you ask, like, it's trying to comprehend those things where doubt comes in. So one of the things I think is when we say that our doubt is the end of the road on that. I think another mistake that we make is that doubt is unequal to faith. That we say, if I have doubt, I must not have faith. Here's what I would say today. I don't know if you can have faith without doubt.
Ooh, there we go.
Correct. So here's why I say this. Because I believe faith, when you look at what faith in Jesus Christ looks like, it's us laying our doubts at his feet and at the feet of the cross, right? So like, I have doubts in my life that I will ever be loved. I have doubts in my life that I will ever be good enough. I have doubts in my life that I am not worthy of anything good because of all the sin that I've had in my life. I lay those doubts at the cross and say, Jesus, take care of this. Yeah. So there's actually this beautiful concert of doubt and faith. And when you go looking for these solutions to your doubt too, it only grows your faith more. And so I would honestly say a big mistake that we make is we think that doubting is the opposite of having faith, but I think it's a part of the story of moving forward in your faith.
I agree, because if we don't have things that we question, then where is there space for faith? Right?
Yeah, that's right. Like one of the things we said while we were preparing for this is like, I might question if you even have faith if you don't have any doubts.
Yeah, that's a risky,
have you even thought about?
Right?
Like have you even thought about? Have you even comprehended all the complexity that is the life and the miracles in the salvation of Jesus Christ? You know, it's a complex thing. So that's a challenging thing to think. Okay, so have I really thought through this, and do I believe this? You know, so I think it's just a part of the journey. But it's also wise for us to doubt our doubts. Okay, this is a phrase that came from Scott Jones, and I love this, because at some point we have to understand that we are finite beings, that we are limited in our knowledge, and we do not know why the things are the way that they are. We don't know why atoms hold together to create a chair that we're sitting on and how it happens. We don't know why, it just does, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, while we're trying to while we're trying to comprehend things, we have to be able to doubt our doubts and have faith in things too.
Yeah, that's very, very, very crucial. When we talk about what I do with my doubt, how I choose to be responsible with that. You talk about laying it at the feet of Jesus. What is it about laying your doubt at the feet of Jesus that can be a challenge for an individual?
Sure. I think one of those moments are moments of pain, moments of not understanding why things are the way they are, or not understanding things. You look at this moment in Mark chapter 9, and this statement in verse 24. There's this man his child is dying. He's asking Jesus for help, and he's crying out to Jesus, saying, "I believe, but help me with my unbelief." Like so there's belief and there's unbelief at the same time. There's not a sign of religious perfection here. There's not a sign of all doubts are completely erased.
In fact, the opposite.
Yes.
There's complete transparency to the face of Jesus. He says, "I believe, but Jesus, I am struggling here."
Yes. Yeah, totally. And that's the perfect example of laying those doubts at the feet of Jesus. Because ultimately what you're doing, you're saying, Jesus is greater than my doubts.
Yeah.
God is greater than my doubts, right?
And I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine this father in this moment, right? Of saying, I understand that I've been hearing that Jesus is this person, but because of my flesh and because of my humanity, because I'm human, Jesus, I just don't know if you can help. Can you just step in?
And so to land the plane on this today, I simply want you to know that if you have doubt, you're okay. You're not broken. You're not like falling away from faith or anything like that. Doubt's healthy because it helps us move forward.
Right. And it's what we do with that doubt. So students, you need to know this. You're having doubts about, whether it's God's ability to forgive your sin, God's presence in this universe, how God interacts with us, evidence of God's existence. If you have those doubts, it's because you are human. Dogs don't doubt the existence of God. That's something to realize. And so you need to take those doubts, pray over them, bring the discussion to your coaches and go, man, I'm really struggling with this. Can you walk beside me? I need some help. Because I do agree, Parker, even though it's a scandalous statement to say, I'm not sure if you can have faith unless you have doubt.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Element Pods. Make sure you subscribe to this feed for future conversations about God at work in your life.